I go to my job, I go to my second job, I work out probably 6 days a week. I'm out and doing stuff most of the day. I'm not as productive with my morning time as I should be. I'm not as productive with my night time after all my work is done as I should be. I think that there are areas where I'm not as strong as I'd like to be. And what they could be is just letting myself slip a little bit when I'm in a social situation where I feel like I would need a crutch drink, a beer or something, a little social lubricant, a little buzz to get myself through a situation. I don't know, because I guess sometimes I don't fluidly think of as a good, intriguing conversation to have with people completely sober sometimes with certain types of people. And that bugs me. I don't like being in an awkward situation where it's kind of dull and dry and it feels like I'm not bringing something to the table in that social situation. And when I drink, it helps a ton. And I know it helps a ton, so I use it all the time as like a crutch. But I don't like that I have to do that, or that I feel like I have to do that. I also feel like there's a lazy side to me where I'll procrastinate certain tasks that I don't want to get done because I'm afraid of getting frustrated and overwhelmed while I'm in the middle of doing them. So a lot of those things for me are like learning the business side to building a brand and actually understanding how it works with getting the government set up with it and the steps that I need to do to have it be a tangible thing. Have a fitness brand be a tangible thing and make it an actual business and develop all those things. Like I can come up with content and things that I want to talk about all the time, but you need two sides. You need something to display it on, and that is something that I'm not very well informed on. And so I guess I fear doing those things because I can or have been overwhelmed by them in the past, and then I just stop and then I try to focus on something else and don't do that, and then that never progresses forward. So I need my mindset to be stronger when it comes to attacking those things and learning those things, because it's uncomfortable, and I don't like that it's uncomfortable, so much so that I almost don't do it. So I need to be able to beat that aspect of myself and be stronger in that area. And I also just need to be able to say no 100% of the time when the answer inside of me is no. So even if I have like a quick urge or something, a sweet tooth, or an urge to have a glass of bourbon or something, or go get a beer or have a little bit of chocolate or something, that urge is really strong right when it happens. And I fear almost like not being able to stop myself as it's in my hand sometimes. And I want to have complete control over that, because deep down I know, like, you shouldn't be doing this. A lot of people have that. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be drinking that. And you still drink it. And then you justify it once it's inside of you, once you have no more control over it. I don't want to feel like I'm not the one pulling the strings. I want to feel like all the strings I pull are in my best interest. And to do that, I think you just have to develop a stronger mindset through forcing yourself through those difficult situations. And I'm kind of scared of 75 hard. I'm scared of when I end up getting to that point where it gets to be the really hard decision for me, wherever that is. And I'm not even entirely sure what that one is going to be, what the hard situation is going to be. I know they're in there. I know there's multiple of them in there, because it's enough time to force anybody to come across a difficult situation. And so it's just kind of like, I know that this thing will push me to my mental limit. And I'm scared of that mental limit because I don't want to fail. I want to attach this to knowing if I can do this, I can continue to work on myself and my business and become successful in my real life. So I can make this extremely serious for me. And I think most people who have done it did that for themselves, and that's probably part of the reason why they finished it. But I bet it was still scary for them to do that and make it such a serious thing to them that it was like, no matter what, that's your number one priority, is finishing this, because you set out to finish this. And you can't let yourself fail on something like that, because if you let yourself fail on that, building yourself into a success is going to be even harder, right? It should be. And so if that isn't reason enough already to do 75 hard, it's going to be all summer long. I think there's a lot more events and stuff that come up that I'll want to do, that I'll have to resist a lot of them. But that's kind of the point, is I want things to come up that are gonna have to make me make the tougher decision and resist, like going to a wedding, going to a barbecue, going to a baseball game and not having a beer, because oh my gosh, being at those things completely sober, some people can do that just fine. Some people don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. But I think I need to understand that I like the overall result of what this is going to produce more than that. So I think focus is a huge important thing in this aspect for 75 hard. And I don't know, I'm just scared to do it because I know it's a journey. It's going to be a big, long journey. 75 days is no joke. That's not short at all. 2.5 months, it'd be the longest thing that I've done. And I don't know any people who are going through the start of it right now, so I'll feel kind of like I'm alone in doing it. But it's gonna be, what's the most important thing to me? Am I ever gonna end up building this business to where it needs to be and be putting in the work daily on it the way I know I need to be doing? Like, I've always thought, like, you kind of ramp up into building your business and you just kind of like start to grow and get better and better and better. But I think you also need something in there that causes you to start putting in more and more work. Like, it just doesn't happen. Like, you climb a little bit and then you kind of just like stay there if you don't have something that forces you to keep going and keep growing and keep doing more and more. So ultimately, that should be the most important thing to me, right? How long am I going to live a life like this where I go to some shitty job that I don't like and I worry about bills and about things that I don't need to be worrying about? I want to be worrying about my business and the success of it and how it does and how it treats people and the impact that it makes. I don't need to be worrying about silly little things like I've got a credit card bill coming up or I've got insurance coming up and how am I going to make money for that if I have 6 days, so I need to average making $130 a day to get to there plus other things. I hate that. That needs to go away. And to make that go away, I need to become successful and start bringing profit into my life and abundance in all different ways. So those are my reasons why I think I need to do 75 hard. I'm glad that Andy Frisella came up with this because it's already challenging me thinking about doing it. So we'll see how I feel during and after, huh?